Yeah, I reset the field of view on this camera. It was at 170. There's a lot of times there's stuff you want to see and it just wasn't like a good close shot of it. So I went ahead and put it back on the 127 point of view, or field of view. But with that, you get more head shake. When you turn your head and stuff, it's a lot more noticeable. And sometimes you feel seasick, you know, so I guess I got to just work at keeping my head steadier. If I don't like how this video's gone, then I'll just put it back to the 170, because the 170 is just Alright, today I was just curious about how many of you are on motorcycle forums. I got on the first motorcycle forum I got on was when I bought my Kawasaki Versys. Got on that forum in 2010, January 2010. And man, it was just having a ton of information available to you there. Because, I mean, just about every bike out there probably has a forum, if not multiple forums. But this one, they had a lot of good guys on there. Real diverse age. A lot of older riders, middle-aged riders, younger guys. So you get guys that have been working on bikes for years. Some guys have raced and, you know, been mechanics, electricians, and things like that. Oh, you fucking douchebag. And so they'll just put tons of information out there for you. Now you want to slow down. Fucking asshole. And because that's how I learned to change the plugs on my Versys and stuff. Just the information they had on the forum. A guy did a detailed write-up. Then he posted pictures and things like that, so I felt comfortable enough working on my own bike. Because I like to be able to do my own stuff instead of having to take it to a dealership all the time for things. It saves you a lot of money. You just feel better about yourself by actually doing it yourself. And same thing with the FJR when I got it. Now the Versys forum, there's a lot of good guys on there. You get a couple pricks here and there, but most of them are really, really good guys. Then on the FJR forum I went to, now that one, there's some good guys on there, and I met a few guys from that forum and rode with them. And but just a ton of fucking jack-offs on there, especially with new people that get on there. These guys would just dog them out for no fucking reason. So I would go there for technical shit, or when I was looking for something for the bike or something, but that was it. That's just one forum I stay away from. Then I went back to the Versys 1000, and on each bike I had my Admor, I put an Admor light bar on it, and then I also did an Admor light kit for my top case that I had since 2010. Now the first one I had installed with a dealer, and then on the FJR they had a harness that you could just plug right into it. But on this one you had to actually tap into the wires, and I'm just not real big on, you know, tapping into wires or cutting into wires and soldering and stuff like that on a motorcycle. But there was one guy on there, I know he's a master electrician, been doing it for years. I sent him a PM with the bike schematics, electrical schematics, and he told me exactly what wires I needed to get into. So process went real smooth, and that saved me probably a couple $100 if I'd have took it to the dealer. And again, for a couple of days I was walking around proud as a peacock because I was able to do it myself. But definitely check and see if there's a forum for your bike. You know, because one thing about forums though, you will spend more money, because you'll see shit guys have done to their bikes or bought for their bikes. You're like, oh man, I gotta have that. So, you know, fair warning. But there's a lot of guys that like to make their own shit too, and you can figure, you know, they'll show you exactly what they did, and you can do it yourself. So there's a lot of advantages to being on a forum. There's one down in Texas I'm a member of. It's called Two Wheel Texans, and I'm a Texan and I ride motorcycles, so I joined it. And I bought a lot of stuff off that forum. You know, I got my Scala G9 on there. The guy used it on one trip, came home and sold it for like $100. So that was a sweet deal. Saved way more than half price on it. And then on that forum, they're pretty diverse. They do all kind of riding, dirt, street, dual, you name it. And a lot of those guys have multiple bikes. Some have like a fucking fleet of bikes, but they all take really good care of their bikes. And when they sell them, the prices on them are really good, and the bikes are in excellent shape. So a buddy of mine that's still in Fort Worth, I'd been on him for a couple of years to get a bike. So every time something would come up for sale on there, I would send it to him. I'd send it to him. So finally I sent him one. It was a FZ1, really good price, and he bought it, and he's rid the shit out of that bike with no issues. He got it for less than $2,000, let's put it that way. And on that same forum, he's got a bunch of brothers and sisters, really big family, and you know, grown nieces and nephews. So since he bought his bike, his brother wanted a bike, the nephews and shit like that. So they bought 4 to 5 more FZ1s off of that forum. And all of them have been real good price and all in real great shape, because a buddy of ours down in Fort Worth, he's a motorcycle mechanic. He has a shop, so they always get them and take to him, and he's like, man, these bikes, there's nothing wrong with them, just, you know, start riding. But like say for me, forums have been really valuable, especially information for doing your own work. And that's what I like. That's why I wanted to go back to this Versys 1000, because on the FJR, to get into anything, you had to take off tons and tons of plastic, and it just wasn't worth it. I'd change the plugs, because going under the tank and all that stuff's not that big a deal. But for anything else, you had to freaking take off the plastic, and it was just worth it to take it to the shop and pay somebody to deal with that shit. But on this bike, I've taken this front end clip off about 3-4 times already, messing with stuff, and it doesn't take no time at all. It's pretty simple. So on this bike, I'll do everything, all the work on it, except for the valve checks and shit like that. Go on. At least you got a signal. So that's my 2 cents. Y'all have a good day. Bye.